All right, let's talk about academic research. I know. It can sound kind of daunting, but what if we thought of it more like a quest? Today, we're going to demystify the whole thing and give you a map to find exactly what you're looking for. Let's get into it. You've been there, right? You get a big research assignment, you open your laptop, and you're just staring at that blinking cursor in the search bar. It feels like you're standing at the bottom of a huge mountain with no idea how to even start climbing. But what if you had a map? Well, here it is. This guide, this simple 10-step process is going to be your map. It's a super reliable guide that'll take you from the bottom of that mountain, step by step, all the way to the top. So let's break down this journey. First up, phase 1, charting your course. You wouldn't just start driving across the country without looking at a map, would you? Of course not. Same thing applies here. This first part is all about preparation, making sure your search is laser-focused before you even type a single word. So our planning phase has 3 core steps. First, we're going to figure out exactly what we're looking for. Second, we'll pick the right words to find it. And third, we'll learn the secret language to talk to the database. Simple as that. Okay, step 1 is all about clarity. A vague topic like, say, social media is going to give you millions of results you don't need. Instead, you've got to frame a really sharp research question. Something like, what is the impact of Instagram on the mental health of teenagers? See, right away that gives you your main concepts: Instagram, mental health, and teenagers. Trust me, this will save you hours of scrolling. Now for step 2, we have to learn to think like a machine. A database is powerful, but it's not smart. It just matches the words you give it. So for teenagers, you should also be searching for adolescents or youth. For mental health, you could try psychological well-being or even anxiety. The more of these related terms you use, the better your chances are of striking gold. And now for step 3, your power tools. These little words, and, or, and not, are your secret weapons. You use and to link different ideas together, like teenagers and mental health. You use or to include all those synonyms we just talked about, like teenagers or adolescents. And you use not to cut out the noise, like social media, not Facebook. Seriously, mastering these 3 words will completely change your search game. All right, our plan is solid. We've charted our course. Now it's time to actually start climbing. Phase 2 is all about the search itself. Let's see how it works. So in this phase, we're going to take that huge list of search results and shrink it down to just the perfect sources. Then we'll get our hands on the actual articles and make sure we don't lose them. Step 4 is where you really take the driver's seat. Every database has filters on the side of the page, and these are your best friends. You can filter by publication date to get the newest research, select specific subject areas, or even choose the type of document you want. And here's a pro tip. Always look for a peer-reviewed filter. That's how you make sure you're getting top-quality, credible sources. So, for step 5, you've found an article that looks perfect, but you can only see the summary, the abstract. You need the whole thing. Now, whatever you do, don't hit a paywall and give up. Your school pays for access to these amazing resources. You just need to look for a link that says PDF full text or Find full text. That's your key to the good stuff. And step 6. This seems obvious, but it is so important. Once you've got that amazing article, you got to save it. Don't just leave it open in a browser tab you're going to close later. Download the PDF, email it to yourself, save it somewhere you won't lose it. You did all the hard work to find it. Make sure you keep it. Okay, we've found our sources, we've saved them, but we're not quite at the summit yet. This final phase is all about using those sources the right way and knowing where to go if you need a little help. These last few steps are all about closing the loop. We're talking about referencing properly, knowing your home base for research, not being afraid to ask for help, and just remembering that you've got a whole support system behind you. Step 7 is an absolute must. You have to reference everything. It's all about academic integrity, giving credit to the people whose work you're building on. But here's another great tip. Almost every database has a cite button. You click it, and it will generate the citation for you in different formats. It's a total lifesaver. And for step 8, you need to know your starting point for every single quest, and that is myamorous.ac.za. This is the portal, the gateway to all the incredible databases we've been talking about, like EBS GoHost, Emerald, and all the rest. Bookmark this site. This is your home base. And what happens when you get stuck? Because it happens to everyone. Well, that's step 9. You are not expected to be a database wizard overnight. Your information specialist, Deveshinee Maharaj, is an actual expert whose job it is to help you. If you're struggling with keywords or can't find an article, just send an email. Seriously, don't hesitate. Which brings us to our final step, which is really more of a reminder. You are not alone on this mountain. Research can feel isolating sometimes, but you are completely supported. Help really is just a click or an email away. So, there you have it. We've gone through the whole 10-step map. That intimidating mountain we were staring at before, it now looks like a clear, totally manageable path to the top. So, if you only remember 3 things from all this, make it these. 1. Research is a process, not a panic. Just follow the steps. 2. A clear plan is your absolute best tool. And 3. Expert help is always there for you. So please use it. The path is clear, the tools are ready, and you know who to call for backup. You're all set. So the only question left is, now that you have the map, what amazing things are you going to go out and discover?